And there it is, guys. There it is. We totally called this one.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what is going on with the Warner Brothers sale that Paramount Skydance is swooping in, trying to beat Netflix. This is Kneon. This is Clownfish TV. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the situation. We said the other day that part of the reason Trump would allow Paramount Skydance to buy Warner Brothers was because they own CNN, and he hates CNN.
Mm-hmm.
Hates them. And now apparently there was a deal in place here that if they get a hold of Warner Brothers, they will rehabilitate or get rid of CNN, which I'm sure would make Mr. Trump very happy.
No, but look, I'm not a big fan of CNN either. I wish CNN would go back to being like about news and not about, the lean, but I also think that if this is the case, that seems kind of shit. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm like, that this seems like, even though it would benefit, people like me who want, news to go back to center or whatever, I don't think the president should be involved in that.
No, I don't agree with that either. I think that, and this is one of the hurdles. This is why I was like, it's going to be harder to get Paramount Skydance to push this through with regulators because they already own a news network. They own CBS News. And what happens, as we saw with Disney, when you own multiple news sources or multiple broadcast stations or whatever, you usually have to pare down so you're not a monopoly. Netflix would not have been a monopoly because they don't have any television stations. They're basically just buying more streaming content. And Amazon did this with MGM, and other people have done it. But I guarantee you, Trump wants Paramount Skydance to get a hold of Warner Brothers so they can get rid of CNN. Mm-hmm. That's what this whole thing is about. So, I'm just saying. And plus, his son-in-law is on the committee that's going in. He
has vested interest. Yeah,
and that might be. I mean, so I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but they might even look at that too, and they might be like, "Hey, yeah, your son-in-law is like, you should be taken out of the equation completely." And, but we'll see. It's 2025. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? So we're going to talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to more. That's more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. Help support the reef, moving some stuff off of YouTube.
Oh, also, real quick, if you did back the Christmas pins,
yes,
the Geeky Sparkles, make sure you turned in your survey because we'll be getting those this week. I just want to let you know. So anyway,
hold up 1 second. We got a prototype. Check this out. Yep, there she is.
There I am. I look very yellow.
You do. I think it's just the way the color is on the thing. But this is actually right off the production line here. So there you go. We'll have to check your liver enzymes.
Jaundice. Anyway.
The jaundice. But they're coming. They're glittery. And they should be here any day now. I know they've been shipped. They've been shipped to us. So make sure you fill out your surveys, guys. All right. So this is coming from The Wrap. David Ellison promised White House sweeping changes at CNN. Report, according to, again, The Wrap, the Paramount CEO is trying to appease Donald Trump as he vies for Warner Brothers Discovery. And now remember, though, this is the same guy that put an overseer in at CBS News to make sure things were, quote unquote, fair and balanced. Mm-hmm. So, I knew.
And the media had a hissy.
They had a hissy fit. But I knew this was going to happen. I'm like, no, I guarantee you this is about CNN. This is all about CNN. And the weird thing is, though, is that Hollywood is in a very interesting situation because on one hand, we have Paramount Skydance, which has a vested interest with Trump and Trump's friends, and also the Saudis, which means that, stuff is going to be very middle of the road, if not more right-leaning. And CNN might get nerfed completely, if not dismantled or sold off.
Well, they're going to have to if they get it because you can't keep two. You can't have more than one news network. I don't believe.
Right. And that's what happened with Disney. They had to split Fox News off from the rest of Fox so it could go through. But on the other hand, they have Netflix, which if Netflix gets a hold of Warner Brothers, that could basically be the end of movie theaters. And they're already starting to cut back on productions in anticipation of this, and it'll just be more consolidation. So it's like there is no good scenario for Hollywood. Yeah, I'm just telling you, there is no ideal scenario. But the thing is that the money's run out. Things have to change.
Yeah, because if Netflix gets it, they only want the cinema stuff. They only want the Warner Brothers, the HBO Max. They don't want CNN. They don't want the TV stuff. They're going to spin that off into Discovery Global and have that as a different company. But Paramount, they want all of it,
They
including
want all
CNN.
of it. And I think this is part of the reason why. So Ellison told multiple Trump administration officials he would demand changes to CNN if he acquired Warner Brothers assets, according to a Wall Street Journal report. The move is meant to appease CNN's most vocal critic, which is Trump, who has told people he wants new owners for the cable news network and changes to its programming schedule.
Yeah, see, no, I'm trying to look. People are gonna be pissed at me because they like Trump and everything, and you're gonna be pissed at me, and I don't care. The truth, I would say the same thing if it was Biden or something, or Harris or whatever. This is not a good look. This looks very biased, and it looks, it's concerning. Is what I'm trying to say. It's very concerning because then it's basically the president wants new people in charge that are going to appeal to what they want, whether it be him or another person. If this was the case for somebody else, I'd argue the same thing.
Yeah.
And that makes me nervous because why is the president dictating who owns, I get the news has been skewed for a while and CNN is at the center of it. I get that. CNN needs to change. 100% agree. That being said, I think this is it's not a very good look.
I have concerns about it, but I also think they fucking deserve it.
That is true, though.
That's where I'm torn.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
That's where I'm torn because I'm like, normally I'd be like, yeah, hey, the president should not be getting involved in the programming of a news network, right? I mean, unless normal.
That's like Bob Iger going into ABC News.
Well, he's already doing that.
No, that's what I'm saying, and trying to demand that they cover stuff he wants them to cover. And I said that was bullcrap, and that wasn't his position to do it. And I argued that then, and I'm going to argue the same thing here. But I do agree with you. If any place deserves it, it's CNN. I will give you that.
Yeah,
MSNBC though, I think.
I guess my thing is like I have concerns, but I guess I can kind of. Put them aside for a little bit. Like, this could mean the end of CNN. Oh, no. Oh, darn. It's a real shame if something happens to CNN.
It's a slippery slope, though, because if one thing's allowed, then other things need to be allowed. And
it's
a slippery slope, and that's concerning to me. But I don't think you're wrong that they don't deserve it. I do think they deserve it. But even that being said, I still think it's a slippery slope that shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I have concerns about that, too, because, when you get the president into micromanaging, business. And again, we're dealing with, FCC and all that. I mean, it is a slippery slope. And look, you can love Trump, you can love what he's doing, but he's not always going to be in office.
Right.
And if we open up that door.
Right. You allow everybody else to do it too. And then there's going to be precedent to do it.
Yeah. Well, if somebody comes in and says, I don't like Fox News, shut it down.
Well, people were saying already, like with Jimmy Kimmel Live and stuff, that they said, the FCC was, making threats and stuff, and whether or not that's true, I don't think I necessarily think that's true. But it kind of ties into that. They're like, he's already saying, well, he'd like to see it be owned by somebody else and make a lot of changes to its programming he doesn't like. It's kind of on the same level of what people are accusing them of doing with the Jimmy Kimmel Live situation.
Yeah, this is what it was always about. So this is why.
Yes, I agree. It's a big part of it.
When they were like, hey, we're not going to let Netflix go through, which they basically said. Somebody at the White House was saying that they're going to have to pay their $5 billion kill fee or whatever. We're not going to let this go through. What they really meant was, no, we're going to give it to Paramount Skydance because the president wants to shut down CNN.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest, right? So anyway, so the report follows multiple indications that CNN would face a revamp if it falls into the Ellison's hands. I said before, they probably would just, if they wound up with it and they didn't sell it off, they probably would roll it into CBS News and create some new organization. Then that would probably put Barry Weiss in charge of it. Who knows? Oracle co-founder and top Paramount investor Larry Ellison, David Ellison's father, spoke to a White House official about axing host Aaron Burnett and Brianna Keeler should Paramount purchase Warner Brothers, according to The Guardian. The White House and Paramount did not respond to immediate requests for comment. CNN declined to comment. What are they going to say? Ellison on Monday laid out his vision for the network if Paramount succeeds. He told CNBC's David Faber that he sought to build a scaled news service that is basically fundamentally in the trust business, mirroring his vision for the Barry Weiss-led CBS News.
I would love to see CNN and the news go back to the news you can actually trust. The news that you're getting a fair look at it, it's not gonna be super biased. I would love to see that. I mean, all the news networks always had a little bit of a bias, let's be honest, but they used to try to give a semblance of being fair.
Well,
now they don't even do that.
The public used to hold them to a higher standard now too. And what happens is people basically pick the flavor of news they want. Like, is your news red or blue? And that's what they go with, right? Or people just have completely checked out. They're not paying attention and they know it's all dog and pony show anyway, A lot of people, they don't trust the news. And that has been going on for a while. I mean, trust in institutions has been eroding for a long time because people have undermined the trust in those institutions. People don't trust the news. They don't trust doctors. They don't trust teachers.
Right, but that being said, are people going to trust it too? Like, oh, it got bought and it got put through where this deal wasn't allowed to because they did what Trump wanted. I mean, even if you're being fair and trying to look at it in the center, you're going to be like, okay, does this mean it's going to go the other way? You know what I'm saying?
Well, then you just rebrand it. It's Fox News 2.
I'm just saying.
It's Fox News too.
I'm at devil's advocate. I'm just saying, is it going to really go back to center? People are going to look at it as, oh, it's just,
Well, I don't know if they would. See, this is the thing too. Like, I mean, they're assuming they're going to get CNN because, again, Fox News, to get that through, because they already had ABC and ESPN and all that, they had to divest themselves of Fox News. They had to keep Fox News.
I mean, Disney had to get rid of Fox News.
Yeah. Murdoch kept Fox News, and they started a new Fox Corp or whatever, and now he's building some other stuff. Tubi took their own money and used it against him. That was kind of clever. But I don't know if they would be allowed to. It might be the regulators. I mean, obviously, Trump's going to tell them to do
no, they'd have to roll them in together or, get rid of one. But the way they're talking, they're going to reform it. So maybe there is a way they're allowed to keep both, or maybe it's a case of, well, just roll it into one thing.
If they rolled it into CBS News and made it an offshoot of CBS News, or vice versa, that they had CBS News get rolled into CNN, then like they might be able to get away with it.
CBS, CNN combined, like CBSNN. I don't know.
Just CNN BS.
C squared. Anyway.
C squared. Yeah, there you go. See. So I don't know. This is just kind of a crazy situation though, but we are looking at, again, Highlander. This is Endstage Media, Endstage.
Which we said was going to happen back when everybody started announcing their own streaming services. Go back, listen to videos. We said it's going to go Highlander.
Yeah. It's like the Battle of the Five Armies in The Hobbit, right? It's like it's just not ending well for a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, Hollywood's in a really interesting situation because they love CNN and they love they loved Paramount as it was before Viacom.
Right.
But
they
now
don't like the Ellisons, and they don't
like
Netflix.
The Ellisons owning it. And now they're talking Paramount and Warner Brothers, two of the biggest studios, the most legacy studios in history. And but the thing is, the alternative is Netflix. If Netflix gets it, that could be the end of movie theaters. That's not even hyperbole. Like, they're saying now, oh yeah, we love theaters. Theaters are great, guys. Look, this is Ted Sarandos.
No, he didn't. He basically said he thought it was on borrowed time and people that they need to meet
last year. Yeah, this year he's all like, oh, it's great. He's crossing his fingers in his pockets. I guarantee it. He's like, oh yeah, we love theaters, guy. Look, I went to the theater last week to go see K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, it was one of ours,
One of ours. Yeah, we love theaters. They will totally dismantle the theatrical system if they get a hold of it. It might not happen right away, but it'll happen within the next couple of years because they only want the IP. Netflix, the only reason they want Warner Brothers is they want to be able to put Batman shows on Netflix. That's basically it. And I don't think that's a good scenario either. So, there is no winning for Hollywood in any of this. It's like but the reason that we're here. The reason that we're here is the money has run out. The public has turned away from the shit you've been putting out, and now you're broke. And now the carcass is gonna get picked apart, and it's sad. I mean, it's sad. It didn't have to be this way, but it is. So
well, yeah. I mean, when they started all trying to do their own thing, it was gonna end this way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you should have just stuck with making content for other places, just doing movies. So.
Yep, there you go. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.